Now, what I'm going to get into in this video is slightly dark. Some might even call it manipulative. And whatever you think, having watched this video, whether or not you agree or disagree, you being triggered by this does not mean that it's not true. Have you ever noticed that your girl will randomly create issues? Everything will seem fine, and out of nowhere, she starts drama. She creates an issue. Why do they do that? Why can I be the calmest person possible? Give her the safe haven that she says that she wants, and she will still create shit. Why is it not good enough? Why does she create these issues? There's this word called indignation that I came across recently in The Rational Male, and now the exact definition of this word is anger or annoyance by what is perceived as unfair treatment. But why is this relevant, Matthew? Well, to put it plainly, women need drama. Their cave woman brain craves this. Even though we have spent thousands of years in a civilized society, we have not evolved from our caveman-like brains. That is still rooted within us, and because of that, no amount of nurturing or a safe environment will negate this feeling that women have that they need drama. They crave this drama. If they're not creating it themselves, they're watching it on TV, they're getting involved in their friends' drama, they're pulling you into drama. So in the absence of this indignation, they will literally manufacture it themselves. Have you ever gotten to the point of frustration where you've said enough with a woman? You might have thought of losing emotional control as a sign of a failure as a man. And while stoicism has its place, and I think that you should for the most part remain stoic, emotionally reserved, emotionally in control, you do need to be her emotional rock. With that, there are still game virtues of a man that loses his cool. Don't believe me? Let me explain why. Normal is boring. Comfortable is boring. These things are literally the opposite of game. You could call these things anti-game. So because of that, if you're this guy who's always emotionally sound, always emotionally reasonable, I hate to break it to you, but it will get boring. You will bore her. And that is quite possibly the worst thing that you can do in a relationship or with a girl that you're sexually interested in. Often enough, she will test you. She will test you in many ways. She will shit test you. She will try and provoke you to see if you have this within inside of you. So why not do it yourself? Why not choose the timing of it yourself? Why not choose a situation when you yourself have that outburst where you show her that you are still a caveman, you are still this brute, you are still a man? Because like it or not, there is still this need deep inside of them to see you be this big strong caveman that can lose his shit and take control of things if needed. In The Rational Male, when he talked about this, there was an interesting passage that said, when controlled and used tactically, a flash of alpha can reinvigorate a woman's failing interest. Now I'm sure you've all been there, where you've been dating a girl, she starts to distance herself, you don't know why, she's becoming less and less interested. It's most likely because you're boring. It's most likely because you weren't giving her those emotional highs that you maybe once did or that she got from the other guy. However, for this to be effective, this sudden outburst needs to conflict with the normal behavior that you show her. If you're always this erratic guy, you being erratic is not going to do anything. You have to be the guy who is usually calm but then occasionally bursts out and shows her verbally, not physically, that you have the potential to lose your shit if she oversteps her mark. And now you're probably watching this going, that's so manipulative, Matthew, I can't believe you're teaching guys to do this. You don't have to do this, but I am just telling you, there is a need for this. We have not evolved from these cavemen. There is a reason why she seeks out gossip, why she seeks out drama, why she goes back to the dickhead continually. There's a reason why she does it. It gives her a feeling, and yes, it's not healthy. Yes, it may be toxic, but that doesn't negate the fact that they still crave this. So you might as well be the guy who gives her this. And of course, again, I'm not saying do this in a genuinely abusive way. You just put your foot down. Even something as simple as saying no, firmly saying no, this is enough to rattle them. And saying no can be enough to show her that you don't tolerate shit. But what actually makes this outburst so appealing to a woman? What makes it so attractive? Well, as men, there are certain things that women will always find attractive in a man that we do not understand. When it comes to men, there's maybe 4 things that we can point out as being attractive or attraction triggers in a woman. Tits, arse, face, I don't know, pick another one. Whereas in a woman, the list is endless. So with that, there are many nuanced things that will trigger the attraction from her. One of them being this feral alpha state. And if you've had relationship experience or you've been with women, you will have also noticed that they tell you they want a certain thing. Now, if you haven't been watching my channel for a while or you haven't consumed my content, you must also come to learn that what they say they want and what they actually want are 2 very different things, which is why you must always observe her behavior and not listen to the prescription that she gives you for what she wants, because the 2 never coincide. She will tell you she wants the comfortable fairy tale, yet she'll run off with some guy 10 years later who has nothing going for him, but he's covered in tattoos, he's been to prison, he's quite built. Sometimes that's all it takes. And this is the downfall of most guys. They will try and appear to be the comfortable, long-term, provisional provider. They will try try and seem like the good bet, the guy that parents want her to go for. And while this may appeal to her security and provision and need, it directly conflicts with what she actually finds sexually attractive. I honestly think that most guys have this epiphany where they realize can't be this bad boy, they can't be this alpha guy who's going to be her, who's going to give her these emotional highs. So what they try and do is appeal to her long-term provisional. So what they try and do is appeal to her need for long-term provision, and i.e. they seem like the best boyfriend ever, they look after her, they be her comfort, they be stable, secure, reliable, and they think that by doing that, that will negate the need for this feral side of a man. And while women love loyalty, commitment, respect, and dependability, these are all admirable qualities in a man. I agree. However, they are not very exciting. They are quite literally the definition of predictability is boring. She will never tell you this. She will expect you to just get it. She wants you to just get it. She doesn't want to have to tell you how this works because she herself does not understand how this works. She herself does not understand that she deeply desires these things in a man. This is why when she goes back to this dickhead bad boy player, she doesn't understand why she continues to put up with his poor behavior. The very things that turn a woman on are the same things that conflict with her need for security. Present any woman with the stereotypical bad boy or guy with an edge under the right circumstances, any morals or morality that she had prior will become non-existent. She doesn't sleep around on the first date, never heard of it, would never let a guy do whatever he wants to her. Who's that? What you need to understand is that all through your life you've been conditioned to think that. What you need to understand is that all throughout your life you've been programmed to aspire to this safe provider male that she apparently wants. This is absolutely false, and while they may settle for this guy long term, this is not the guy they actually want to be with. This is not the guy they will fantasize about or think about in bed whilst she's with you. This is not the guy that will give her those tingles that her and her friends will giggle about. She will never be able to give you her full loyalty and her full sexuality if she sees you as the safe bet. You must be the guy that is her source of drama, otherwise she will find it elsewhere. She will create it herself. Indignation is a woman's choice of drug. You must become her drug dealer if you want her to have genuine burning desire for you. And how could you actually implement this? Well, find a reason to kick off. If she does something that is genuinely bad or she genuinely oversteps a mark, kick off, raise your voice, threaten to finish her, leave the relationship, walk away. You cannot afford to be the average man that tolerates poor behavior in the hopes that she will stay by your side, because by doing that, that is the very thing that will push her away. And you'll probably start thinking, I know what the solution is, I will just avoid these drama women. Wrong. On all level, all women on some level seek out indignation. All women on some level seek out this drama, whatever form it may present itself as. Average men find it comforting to think that women seek out comfort. They don't. You might be start thinking, my head's fucked now, Mathew. My whole life has been a lie. What do I do now? Well, book a free call with me in my bio and I will teach you everything you need to know.